Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, NuckleDuDang, and today we're gonna go over Guile's matchup chart and see how he stacks up versus the rest of the cast. And I'm going to go through individually why I think this matchup is so-and-so. So let's get started. So we have 6-4 being in Guile's favor, 5.5 being in slightly Guile's favor, 5-5 being even, 4.5 slight disadvantage, and 6-4 or 4-6 heavily in the other picker's favor. So, characters that are 6'4", E-Honda's for sure, relatively easy. He has to take risks to get in. Honda was really strong early game, but once people figured that he just perfect parry his headbutts, his approach became pretty easy to deal with, especially if you have a good anti-air normal like Guile does. Pretty straightforward on why this is a favorable matchup, and historically it's always been Guile's favor. Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, and now Street Fighter 6. Another 6'4", I would say Jamie Guile. Jamie, I think, could be such a good character if his drinks carried over, or in some form, but it doesn't. He just goes right back to 0. So you spend all of them rounds to get to level 4, but then the next round you gotta do it over again. You know, it's... So like, he has anti-fireball tools, but Jamie, he definitely struggles. And the thing is, like Hakan from Street Fighter 4 oils up, and in the middle of the animation, if he gets hit, he still gets some power up, like some of it. Jamie, you can hit him on the last frame of the drink and he doesn't get any benefit. So yeah, Jamie's up there for sure. I would say Manon. Manon has a really hard time versus projectiles in general, but Guile specifically, since it recovers so fast, it's really hard to use her anti-fireball tools against Guile. So the way Idon plays that matchup, he plays it really well, but you can see, you know, it's very clear the matchup is really hard for Manon. I'm scared to put Zangief 6'4". I'm not going to put him 6'4". But yeah, these are the 6'4" matchups that are heavily favored towards Guile, I would say. Now to start off 5.5, I would say Zangief. You know, Zangief has the level 2 to go through the fireballs, but I feel Guile's normals is so good that you can kind of just fight Zangief without throwing a single boom. But you have to really play a particular way. And if you watch my streams before, I've done challenges where I don't throw sonic booms for like a whole day, and that really improves my neutral. So if you guys are ever having trouble, especially if you play like a fireball character, and you find yourself in situations where you're up against Cammy, and Cammy has level 3, and technically can't throw fireballs no more, and you find yourself just losing because of that, a good way to get better at that kind of situation is just do a challenge where you only use your normals, or you don't use that special move throughout the whole entire few sets that you're playing, or the whole day. And I found that to be really helpful in situations, for example, Cammy, where she has level 3 and I can't throw fireballs, but I'm still able to use my normals to fight without my sonic booms, and it really helps a lot. So yeah, Zangief matchup. Another 5.5, I'll say Lily. At first, Problem X was telling me he thinks Lily beats Guile, but he came back and said Lily fights Guile. But now I think Lily just loses to Guile, but not like crazy disadvantage, because she does have tools. She can do a lot of stuff to make it a close fight and make Guile have to think about the approach, but especially when she has Windstock. When she has Windstock, that's when I have to actually think about what I'm doing. But for the most part, it's still the same strategy. She generally has to take damage or land a clean hit to get Windstock, and I just can't put that at 5.5. I'm gonna put Ryu here because there's not a lot of Ryus that I played. I've only ever played against 2 Ryu players. It's Paladin and Anywalker. Two really good Ryus. Anywalker's probably the best one so far. And the matchup didn't seem problematic at all, but then again, I don't know it, you know? So I don't want to put it worse than what it could be, but from what I've seen, it does look like it's in Guile's favor, like it is in Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 4, I won't say it's 5.5, but Street Fighter 5, Guile's favor. Street Fighter 6, I would say slight Guile. I think Kimberly fits here, 5.5 Guile. I know Kimberly players love to downplay this character, but man, she is a legitimate problem. Like, she reminds me of Laura in Street Fighter 5, where on paper the Japanese players thought, oh, you know, technically Laura doesn't have good buttons. So on paper, I should be able to just out-neutral you in a perfect world and not have to even worry about your mix. But we don't live in a perfect world, and Kimberly's gonna get in eventually, but then you're gonna have to hold all that. And she does have anti-fireball tools, no matter all the propaganda all these Kimberly players are saying. She has a slide, she has a command special slide, she has an air teleport, she has a blue teleport, she's coming in at all different angles. I don't want to hear it. It's 5.5 Guile though. Guile still wins. I will put Blanca right here. I think Guile has a slight advantage over Blanca, and it's the slide. The slide, like, so kind of mid-range. If I throw a heavy boom, where it's much faster, I think he gets punish countered Sonic Boom, or counter hit Sonic Boom. It's too fast, so he can't slide from a reactable range. You can react from far, but mid-range, it's either a guess or you have to take a risk first. So I think Guile has a slight advantage because of that. And yeah, that's all the 5.5s in my opinion. So these are the matches Guile for sure wins, I would say. I would say Guile Cammy's 5.5. I think I'm playing this matchup so many times versus the best Cammy. I've been playing it with mid-level Cammys and low-level Cammys. And it's especially good when the Cammy players think a matchup is so-and-so, and the Guile players. So the Cammy players think, well, the best Cammy, Punk, thinks it's slight Guile, but I think it was slight Cammy. So ultimately that comes to a 5.5. You know what I mean? I just feel like that's how it works. Yeah, when she has level 3, it's just really hard for Guile. Like, to throw booms, it's easy to react to a level 3. If Guile has like 50% health, yeah, any normal conversion into Drive Rush, that's 50%. So once Guile has 50% and Cammy has level 3, it's really hard. Like, you can't whiff a button. And Guile being Guile, he doesn't kill you in 2 sequences. He has to hit you, like, hit for hit, crouch medium kick, back fears, Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. You know what I mean? Like, he has to hit you 20 times. So that's why I think it's 5.5. Another 5.5 matchup I'll say is Luke Guile. I think they both have great answers for each other. Like, there are times where I feel like Guile wins, but then there are just times where I feel like Luke wins. So ultimately, I feel like that's a 5.5. Guile's normals, Guile definitely outranges Luke in terms of normals. But Luke's corner carry, similar to Ken, his corner carry is really good, so he gets Guile to the corner, which in place Guile doesn't like to be in. His level 1 goes through his Sonic Boom, so it beats. Having a level 1 that beats Sonic Boom is really, really good. So that's the biggest reason I would say is level 1. Being able to spend level 1, go through your fireballs. And Luke's EX fireball is really good because it knocks you down. But then, if you're in a fireball war and it's kind of clutch situation, and you see Guile throwing a boom and you already did EX boom, you could convert and follow up into another EX fireball or EX sandblast. I gotta say OD. It's called OD sandblast. That's the Street Fighter 4 in me. But yeah, OD sandblast, he could do more damage than most characters can. But yeah, I feel, and his jump heavy punch is just dumb. Like the hurt box and the hit box on Luke's jump heavy punch doesn't make sense. It beats Guile's crouch heavy punch for no reason. So yeah, you'll feel like you made the right play. You see Luke jumping at you, do your anti-air move, it just loses. Another 5.5 matchup I feel is Guile Marissa. I used to think Guile has slight advantage over Marissa, but we don't live in a perfect world, like I said. And when she gets in, her corner carry is kind of crazy too, but when she gets in, it's like Abigail, like 2 sequences and you die. And sometimes it's not even your fault. Actually, real quick, this is a really important clip. But Guile could feel good in the neutral and the fireball game, but let me show you guys. Let me show you guys a clip. So this is the clip from ISDD Guile. He's playing against Marissa, right? Look, he has full health, guys. This is really important. He has full health. Okay, what happened here? All he did, all ISDD did, he still has like 90, what is that, 98%, 97% health? And what does he do? He just whiffs a crouching knee kick, because we're all human. We're gonna whiff. We whiff all the time. No one doesn't whiff. But look. And he's just dead. Like, this is checkmate. From this situation, he loses all his drive gauge because of the level 3. He gets pushed to the corner. This is a guaranteed kill. Right here. Look at that. That is crazy. So here's the problem. It all started from a charge heavy punch. And say he blocked it, it was still Marissa's turn. So there's not much risk to doing this charge heavy punch. And now you're dead. It was checkmate with this much health. Isn't that crazy? It doesn't matter where you are on the screen because level 3 is gonna push you to the corner anyways. And now you're just dead. It's not like he did a bad DP or a bad flash kick. So yeah, I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory why I think that matters. And her level 3 is really hard to deal with when she has level 3 versus Guile. And Superman punch is pretty good too. And on block, if you just miss the Sonic Boom punch, you're still plus. And she just chips away your drive gauge, so I think it was 5-5. And yeah, okay, another 5-5 matchup. I feel like Chun-Li could be here, but the reason why Chun isn't here, 5.5, is because I just know Chun-Li players are not developed with this character yet, because she doesn't play like Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 4. She's her own playstyle right now that we haven't figured out. And I feel like once this character is optimized to the fullest, she's gonna be like a top 4 character. But yeah, I do think this matchup right now, I mean, I don't like to count right now, present day, because I just see the vision with this girl. I just know she's gonna be so strong once someone figures it out. But yeah, I would say it's 5-5. Her little crouch move is actually really annoying to deal with. Her level 2 is pretty good versus fireballs in general, even Sonic Boom. So like, once she's in a certain range, it's pretty easy to whip punish with level 2, Sonic Boom, upside down kick, Sobot kick, a whiff Sobot kick, dry brush. Right now, I feel a slight Guile, but it's only because the Chun-Li players, I don't think they're there yet. With all due respect, I just think they need more time with the character. She's so amazing. DJ, I think is 5-5. This one, I wanted to put slight Guile, but I think DJ is another one of those characters where he's not fully there yet. Like, players are still trying to figure him out. But his fireballs are really good, especially the double fireball. Like, he's one of the only characters outside JP, because JP he's not even a Street Fighter character. But DJ is one of the characters that could contest Guile in the fireball war, which is pretty crazy. His offense is really good. He's able to chip away at your drive gauge pretty well. So it all comes down to the fireball war, which I think DJ can contest in. Like, his fireball game is pretty good. And it's really hard to catch DJ shooting a fireball and punishing it. And he has the feint too. But on top of the feint, even if he doesn't feint, when DJ sticks out his arm, like most characters when they throw a fireball, his hurtbox is just not as big. So it's really hard to catch level 1, which is the main tool against fireballs for Guile. But in terms of the neutral feels fine for Guile. But yeah, I do think this matchup is 5-5. I might catch a lot of controversy for Ken players, but I think Ken Guile is 5-5 as well. And before I go on, I want y'all to know, Daigo has said Ken beats Guile early on. Today, Higuchi literally told me today, present day, that he thinks Ken beats Guile. So, I don't know what they're doing over there in Japan, but everyone in America, in Europe, Angry Bird, Phenom, Chris T, they're like, yo, Guile destroys Ken. I've never felt that way. You know what I think? I think when a gorilla character like Ken is just mauling people, destroying people, and they get slightly inconvenienced, I think they just like, oh, you know what? This matchup is terrible, bro. I can't maul you the way I can't. Like, I have to think. You know? With all due respect. So, like, yes, you do have to think against Guile. That's just how it is. Like, it's every game. Guile has always been the scrub killer. Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 6. But because players, they just can't maul their way in and start throw looping you, they think it's a terrible matchup. But yo, Japan's always been the best. Daigo said Ken wins. I don't want to hear it. That's the end of it. Okay, but all that aside, when we're doing the fireball war, I'm doing fireball. I'm out of breath because I'm getting a little heated talking about Ken. Hold on. This is a sensitive topic for me because this character pisses me off, And I hate when people downplay. Catch my breath. So you guys have to understand, when Guile is hitting you, he has to hit you over and over and over again, which means you're not blocking or you're getting whip punished over and over again. But you're getting hit for like a crouch mini kick, stand heavy kick, a sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic boom. Like I have to do that. Oh, Guile players have to do that over and over and over again. You know what Ken does? Just throws out EX Fireball. If I happen to throw a boom, I eat a punish count EX Fireball and Ken full screen, all of a sudden just in my face, stand heavy punch, mini kick Tatsu, well, I don't know what kind of Tatsu it is, some kind of Tatsu all the way to the corner, but we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about the fact that you can't get in. But literally, you can shoot an EX and OD Fireball full screen and convert. That's not normal, bro. I don't want to hear that this shit is... Okay, let me stop cussing. I don't want to hear that Ken loses this matchup. You guys just need to be a little bit more patient. I know you want to put me in the corner and throw loop me to death, but no, let's play a little bit of neutral. Like, you can't just jump on me all day. Ken's jump heavy punch also beats Guile's crouch heavy punch. So when Daigo says Ken wins and Higuchi says Ken wins, like I could see why they think that. You know, I could see why they think that. But on the flip side, I could see why Angry Bird, Phenom, Chris T, Chris CCH think Ken loses. Because they just want to maul. They just want to get in there and start the party. So I think it's 5-5. Personally, I think it's 5-5. I do want to play the Japanese players, especially the Ken players, because I want to see what they're doing over there. You know? Okay, so if Ken whiffs a normal, right? What does he eat? Like, I hit him with crouching mean kick, or a sonic boom punish counter, or a stand heavy kick, or a sobot. You know, I hit him with a normal, and then I have to do it over and over and over again. But what happens if I whiff? If Guile whiffs a crouching mean kick, and you throw out a stand heavy kick, that's a punish counter that leaves me in the air twirling, and you could drive rush, convert, and then do a Tatsu, and now I'm in the corner off of one conversion. Like, you guys see the risk reward, right? And then if I'm trying to pressure you and you get a perfect parry, it's the same situation. Anything leads Guile to the corner. Guile can't do that to you. So I feel like it's pretty obvious why. Well, it's not obvious because, you know, the Ken players have their side and the Guile players have their side. So I always view that as a 5-5. When Ken when a character thinks they win, and then the other side thinks they win or lose, I think it's 5-5. Another thing, when I'm playing Ken players, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, it literally does not matter. If you hit me, I'm in the corner. The blueprint is the same. I'm getting throw loop to death. I have to guess. There's no critical thinking involved. Like the Guile players, we have to hit you hit for hit for hit for hit, over and over and over again. I don't think people understand that. People say Guile's busted, Guile's busted. He's an amazing character. But why is there only 4 Guile players and there's 20 top Ken players and 20 top JP players? If he's so strong, because guys, when a character is busted, what do competitive players do? They go to that character. That's just what people do. That's what competitors do. We want to use the best characters. So why is no one using Guile? I'll tell you why. Because you need patience. You absolutely need patience. You need a fireball game. You can't play Guile and not have a fireball game. And that's just something that comes over time. You can't just pick up Guile and beat people, I feel. Top players. JP could do that. Ken could do that. Luke could do that. But you can't do that with Guile. And that's why no one uses Guile. I'm not downplaying. Guile is an amazing character. But there's a reason why there's a 10,000 master rank JPs and not as much Guiles. It's just as simple as that. Okay. The next matchup I think is 5-5 is Jury. Now, this is another one. All the Jury players think Guile destroys Jury, but it's a similar situation. Jury just can't maul Guile. Like, she can't mindlessly drive rush into Guile because there's always a boom on screen, or Guile could check it with EX flash kick. Same situation though. If you play patient, and you try to play Street Fighter with us, then you tend to learn that it's not that bad. It's just Guile's always been the scrub killer. He's always killing people for their lack of patience. And when I see Jury's toolset, I don't see struggle. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's 5-5. I talked to Mogul. He's like one of the best Juries. He also thinks it's 5-5. But I know all the Juries in America thinks Guile destroys it. But I don't think so. And guys, I don't like to downplay because that kind of, or I don't like to make excuses because I feel that'll keep me away from the answer, you know, longer. So I really try to, you know, be neutral, even when it involves my character. Okay, now 4.5, slight disadvantage for Guile, I would say Dhalsim. I think historically this matchup has always been tricky. Guile, Dhalsim, Street Fighter 4, maybe 5-5. Street Fighter 5, I felt Dhalsim had a slight advantage. And then this game, I don't play it. Like I just don't play that matchup because with the base tool sets, it looks similar. And at EVO, I watched Fudo play DJ all tournament, then he played Dhalsim and Higuchi, and he made that matchup look so hard. But yeah, it's just Dhalsim could always float over Guile's Sonic Boom. So even if Guile Sonic Booms and then follows, Dhalsim's always gonna have the upper hand. He floats over it, and he's in a plus situation because he can come down with the button. So, and then when Guile throws a Sonic Boom full screen, Dhalsim can do his heavy punch that goes through fireballs, and then punish counters Guile. So you lose a bar drag gauge for trying to throw a boom, and you get set back full screen, and then Dhalsim can set up a fireball. And that's just the neutral part, you know, so that, and Dhalsim's costing no meter for that. So yeah, I think slight disadvantage for Guile. Now this character, JP, a clear 4-6 JP's favor. And I could go on and on. You guys know how much I hate this character. I think he carries a lot of people. And it's not even being a hater. Like, his blueprint is so easy. Everyone, like I said, 20,000 JPs, 20,000 Master JPs. There's got to be a reason for it, you know? When the game first came out, I already saw the issues. And I'm playing like Wi-Fi JP players, like players that aren't competitive or serious, and I'm losing to them. Having close games. And yeah, he's not a Street Fighter character. Like, set up portals, so now you have an assist. So now I have to respect, like, you know, usually respect is earned. So when Punk walks up to you and frame traps you every time, or walks up to you and throws, it's like, okay, I understand. Like, I have to give that respect because, you know, he showed that he destroys people for knowing their timings. But JP, he walks up to you and you can't do anything about it because there's a freaking portal that's gonna shoot down a spike if you try to do anything. So JP outzones Guile, which is unheard of. He outzones Guile and he mauls Guile. And his buttons are really good. It's really hard to whip punish. The only thing Guile has going on for him, the only chance he has is his drive rush. His drive rush is pretty fast. And the fact that Guile could hide behind a boom is really good. But Guile's not known for his offense. He's known to kill people for trying to get in. So the fact that you had to take Guile away from his comfort zone, that his flow chart, and you force him to play offense, I feel like it's very obvious. And JP's level 3. His level 3 just goes through fireballs full screen. And then you can't zone JP. Like, it's just not possible. Yeah, I feel like this is a pretty honest matchup chart. So this is gonna conclude it. Yo, let me know what you guys think about this matchup chart. What you agree with, what you disagree with. But I feel like this is pretty unbiased. Like I said, I don't like to downplay. I don't like to hide from the truth because I wanna get better. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate it. You guys taking the time to watch this video, and I will see y'all next time. Thank you.